Ladies and gentlemen, we are going live with Step 4 of Trackmania Grand League Challengers. There's three steps left to get medals on. And important times here for both Mika and Tween, who are near the bottom of the scoreboard. And Wosal and Solja are near the top. They just need to defend their spots. So let's see how it goes. We're starting out. Good luck, have fun to everybody on the racing track. All eyes on Mika here in the start, as we all know he's really good on ice, and in the ice part there, he wiggles the car to gain a bit more speed than everyone else and instantly jumps up into first place at the checkpoint. Good speed in the downhill afterwards to hold that lead, but Tween with a better dirt exit, challenging here. And Tween has the current world record, 105.307. It's the time to beat if you want to get the world record of the match. Expecting times under 106 here, though, for the winning pace. In order to do that, you need good exit speed here. Mika hesitating a bit on the drift, not really holding as much momentum as he'd like, and Wosal quickly takes that first place. It's only a matter of 100th between them in this very first round, and it will all come down to the final jump on Clock Tower, where you have to land on this bridge you cannot see inside the tower, or perhaps not, as Mika clips and falls down. It's Wosal in the lead, but will Tween perhaps have more speed across the bridge? Not enough to close the gap. Wosal takes the first round with a 105.848. And it's first to 3 points overall, so Wosal here just needs to win 2 more rounds to secure himself a spot in the winner's bracket. And for all the others, they have to go again. Second places are not good enough. And Mika here, just with a bad landing, instantly realizes that's not going to be a round win for him. Just too far behind after one unfortunate landing. Wosal having to hesitate in the drift allows the other players to come back. It's Solja now, challenging for that first place, trying to carry more speed out of the grass. Between has the better speed approach, you'd imagine. Will it come to fruition after the loop? No, it's still Solja in the lead on the drop down landing. Tween going just a few pixels next to the wall, really trying to keep up here. Gonna go for more inside line on the drift, but that lets Solja get so much more exit speed, and this should be Solja's round if he can aim the jump in the clock tower. Does he stick the landing? Oh, hits the wall, and Tween will be able to snipe that round away, getting a point for himself. And that is the last place player in the league right now, taking a point away from the current first place. Tween, we thought about it going into today. Would he be able to keep up? If he drives times like that, it looks like he will be. But it's, of course, also a 5-map event, and just the first one, it's not enough to get good medals going out of it. You need to perform across all maps, across all the 10 rounds that are played. Every single one you have to drive fast, and hope that you're able to chip away a few round wins from your opponents, because it is so close between all of them. Mika with a bit less speed than the others, but still, look at this race. We have Solja with a small lead out of the dirt. Once again, the other 3 players chasing just a 10th behind. Tween here with a lot of speed, trying to get closer, but it's still Solja holding on here by a thread, and it's not gotten any bigger, the gap. It will come down to the jump this time. Is he going to be able to aim the landing? Looks a bit too much to the left. Tween here with the best trajectory, but it will be Solja holding on. 105.79 now, and the best time in this match. And that is why you really got to be consistent. Like, when players drive like this, it's essentially variance whether you win or lose a round. If your opponents start driving 0.79, the world record being 0.30, you just gotta drive consistently and hope that the one round they crash, you're there to secure the win. Because here, all the players have gotten away with 1 point, except for Mika. Still on 0, but he's showing good tendencies here. Over here, losing a bit in the start. It's 0.3 now to Tween, who's on a really fast run. There's a reason it's 0.3. Tween is driving an immaculate run up front, and even Vosal and Soldier here are struggling to keep up. Does Tween get extra speed, though? He does, and he will hold that exact same gap now before they get to the tower. Oh, landing very wide, but he's able to make use of that to build more speed. And now on the jump into the tower, Vosal landing up from the left, the other two players more on the right. Will Tween get the landing? Just barely, and that will be Tween winning with a new best time, 105.76 now. And Tween is on finalist. One more round win needed to secure a spot in winner's bracket. Just lining up a little bit more from the right gives him that space that he needs. Mika clipping in the start again. Tween hitting the wall here. And this is becoming a battle between the two leaders of Challenger League right now. Vosal and Solar, the other players too far behind to make anything happen. So we're into a 1 versus 1. See who gets the best of it. Soldier has had these good starts up until the part after the loop, but shown some signs of struggling with the final jump onto the bridge. Will Vosal be able to get any closer here? Looks like he has a bit more speed before the checkpoint. Gains 500th there, commits for the turn, but hits the wall. And that is now Soldier with a breakaway. Does he stick the landing, though? That looks good for the bridge. No issues this time. And Soldier also with a good time, 105. So Soldier now also going into finalist. Putting a lot of pressure on the two Friends players who, if they want to win, they have to deny the two finalists now. Every single round. This time Mika gets a good start, but where has Vosal gone? 1.4 seconds behind out of the start. That is too big a gap. Too close. He's out of the race. It's all in Mika now to try to deny the finalist, but he hits the wall too, and this means we might have our first winner here. Oh, Tween, though, into the wall. They've all made mistakes. Soldier's been given a golden opportunity as the other three players have crashed, but it is only half a second. And that's no more than a tiny mistake on the big jump. You cannot really see the bridge you're landing at. You just have to feel where it's at. And where is Soldier's sixth sense? Is it on point? He lands the bridge and the others cannot catch up. Soldier takes the first winning spot here in the first match of Step 4. So he's on through. Now there's one more player who can win here. Currently Tween still on finalist. Vosal with 1 point. Mika still on 0. Would be so huge for Tween if he's able to get into winner's bracket right away here. Has had some struggles in the lower division matches, but starting on a win feels great. But in order to win, he has to beat Vosal, the current second place in the league. Oh, Tween committing to an early left drift. That's gonna bleed a lot of time here before the downhill drop. Might land early and get more speed after it, but it's gonna be 0.3. And a huge opportunity for Vosal now. But he's coming up to the blind jump. He cannot really see this. Does he have the aim? That looks too much to the left. Will Vosal land it? Oh my god, that is perfect. Wow. It looked like he missed it, but that is pixel perfect precision. And enough to go into finalist himself. Double finalist Mika on 0. How will this one turn out? Mika the closest to Wosal in the start. Tween has lost 0.2 of a second. But this turn he struggled with the outside dirt. This time he gets it. Good speed. Sets up wide here to ensure he does not jump at the cost of a few hundredths. Out of the reactor booster drift, Tween gets a lot of speed. This is what he needs to challenge Wosal for that win. The two finalists, top two. Tween with a lot more speed though. He's getting closer with a shot at sniping away the victory here. Wosal still in clear first before the jump onto the bridge. If Wosal ends this, he will join Soldier in the winner's bracket. Between with more speed, coming back, coming closer on the inside line, and he will take it away by 100th of a second. Tween enters winner bracket with a great snipe. That is insane. Was the first player to get into finalist, and it looked like it was slipping away, but clutches up in the nick of time with 100th to spare. Great stuff there. And it looks like all the matches have concluded. Take a look at the bottom here. The players who have won or gotten silver have gone into the winner's bracket. The players who have bronze or no color have gone into the loser bracket. So this means that we will have matches between Link, Skundir, Miquatro, and Tween, and Rossi, Soldier, Evon, and Dark. Those are the winner bracket matches, and the loser brackets are Snowhedra, Sapi and Mika, and Darkwix, Wosal, Enner, and Default. Just looking at these matches, I think we're going to follow Group 2 here. I think this is going to be a really good match on speed up. So we're going to hop in there. Take a look. And the map we're going to, speed up, is a great one. Very exciting. Let's take a look at how this one is driven. We're on board here with Kappa, who is going to show us how this track is played optimally. One of the fastest runs on the leaderboard, this one. It's a very smooth track in the start with a lot of just long, drawn-out turns. Into the bobsleigh here, you have to keep great exit speed onto the plastic, so you're in freewheeling. And then you get to this platform drop where it's very interesting. There's two competing lines. You can go really wide here, like Kappa does, to set up for a narrow approach after it, or you can go narrow early. And these two balance out a bit. Great exit speed needed onto the next engine off block before you get near the ending with an ice slide here. You gotta set up pretty wide into the checkpoint, carry as much speed as possible through the ice slide because it stacks before the ending. And then you have this, the speed up part, the identity, where you go into the reactor booster, full right, full left, full right, and then you have to slalom left and right and back into the finish to keep as much speed as possible into the ending without crashing. It's a very intense ending. You have to drive it at full speed if you want to win. Any release of the acceleration there costs you 0.2 of a second, which in Trackmania is a massive time gap. So looking at Soldier here in the quick warm-up they have, you can see him try to do the exact same thing onto the ice slide, carry the speed, one quick drift tap here in the turn before committing full left, full right, full left, full right, and then just steady weave through. The first couple of turns are the hardest ones, but this is not easy to do. And you can see this very inside trajectory that Avon, for example, is one of the players going for. It's less speed, but it's a shorter approach, so you get to the checkpoint quicker. And it's really personal pref what the players decide to do here. Now, we did not get to see Avon's first match in the league, and Rossi and Dark as well. But Avon has been playing really well lately. Looks like he could be one of the players that might advance into Tmgl next season if he keeps it up. Let's see here. Just quickly take a look at the leaderboards before we begin. Currently, we have Evon in 5th place on the rankings. Has yet to get a champion medal, but 2 golds. So if he gets a champion medal, he is a strong contender. Rossi currently also in 8th. And Dark is in 9th right now on the overall leaderboards. On the track rankings, for speed up, the player with the best personal best here in this match is Rossi. Currently 5th on the leaderboards with a 1:05.88. Scroll a bit further, Evon has a 1:06.2 as his personal best, but I believe he practices offline. I don't think that's his actual personal best. So we don't know what Evon, Dark, and Soldier are capable of here. But Rossi, certainly one of the fastest players. Let's take a look at him. It's really interesting to see sometimes the trigrams on the players' cars. You can see the letters on the players' cars on the back. Rossi here just has a W, straight up dub. And I saw Soldier also has a win on his car. You can choose the text yourself. A lot of players just have their name, but if you put things like win on your car, I think you're feeling confident going into the day. Both Soldier and Rossi here with a W on their car. Will that play out as they have envisioned? Let's see. We're live on speed up. Map 2 here. Step 4. We're watching the winners bracket. All these players won their first match. Great job. Now they have to beat other winners to go into the champion match later on. In order to do that, you need 3 quick round wins. Out of the start here, we see, I think it was Rossi clipping the bobsleigh there. Going too high, which allows Soldier to get into first. But now the different lines come through here. Evon and Soldier both going on a very inside approach. Soldier going wider for more speed on the grass. That seems to pan out, but Evon coming back with more speed before the freewheeling. And it balances out into a dead equal race here in the first round. Wide setup before the ice part for Evon. This could result in a lot of exit speed, but he over-angles the ice slide and has to abandon it early. It's Soldier with a clear first place if he can land. The left-right combo in the end has to release, but that might be alright. He has such a big gap here that the others will not be able to overtake him. But they did gain half a second in the end. So this first round, not the fastest race we're going to see. 1:07.2 as the winning time. The players can easily go about 1 second faster than this. But Soldier able to adjust the quickest into the map, or as I say that, he crashes out in the second round. So perhaps not, but he did run away with the first point. Now on board with Dark here into the bobsleigh. Here we saw Rossi crash last time. And now he makes it through unscathed. No mistakes. See on the approach here for the downhill part, as we actually see Soldier has gotten back into the fight. He's not out of it. He is only 0.1 behind even after crashing in the early part of the round. Probably just thinking, I might as well risk it all now, going for the craziest lines he can think of. And it is paying off. Look at this. He's only 0.1 behind. Despite that early wall touch, great exit speed out of the ice. He's actually going to go up into first place despite hitting the wall. Will it be enough for a win though? Evon pushing with a lot of speed on the zigzag part, but Soldier will commit at full speed himself to take the round win, even with a crash. That's wild. And he did drive almost a second faster this time too, so goes to show how much you can gain just by fully risking that ending. If you drive through the zigzag part without hesitating and the other players release, you are gone. You're going into the sunset and there's nothing they can do. Dark going on the other side of the wall. It's not what you want to do, I'm afraid. Has to wait for the next round for a chance to win here. Soldier does have the red badge. Finalist here. One more round when needed to qualify into winner's bracket. Losing too much speed there, though. Out of the drift. Now it's Avon in the lead once again. He was in the lead in the first round. Then oversteered the ice slide. Here, a good exit speed, but Soldier's lying in wait for a mistake, for any hesitation on the ending. If Avon does not full speed, Soldier has a chance. But Avon holds strong. 106.3 now. New best time. A well-earned point. Oh, a little bit of lag here in the start. We're all good. In the race despite that. But yeah, this match quickly running away from Rossi, it feels like, who does have the fastest personal best. Misses the approach together with Dark. They both went over the wall in the bobsleigh. And it is the two players, Avon and Soldier, who've gotten points already, that will fight for this fourth round. This was on paper one of Rossi's best maps, but here it's been mistake after mistake, and if Avon wins this one, there's two finalists to compete against. Soldier losing ground in the dirt. On the ice side, he gets good exit speed usually. This is a bit high up on the wall, it looks like. Avon 0.65 ahead, but he still needs to commit for the turns here. No hesitation. And it looks like he released a little bit, but it will be enough to win. Avon and Soldier are both finalists here against Rossi and Dark. So now it is do or get relegated down into the gold and silver divisions. If you don't win here for Rossi and Dark, they have to try to beat their finalist opponents. Rossi with good exit speed out of the bobsleigh, finally getting through. But can he get back from the slump? When you crash round after round in competition like this, it starts to weigh down on you. You feel like, damn, all this practice I put in the last week, it's not really resulting in much, and you start to doubt yourself. Can you really beat these guys? But it looks like he's gotten out of that rut now. Challenging for first place, good exit speed. It's gonna be up to him and Dark to fight for in first and second. Soldier maybe with a chance to snipe it away as well. Into the left, right. Dark just released the acceleration a little bit. Soldier is getting closer. Oh, Dark crashed the wall. No way. That Soldier wins that round. Just before the finish, Dark weaves into the wall and Soldier takes it away to go into champion. It looked like he was all but through to the finish. But 300ths away from winning the round. Unfortunate. It's still not over. Now Avon, though, with a great opportunity. The best you can get. You are finalists. Your opponents have 0 points. And all you have to do is get one round win to secure yourself. Here, Rossi and Dark both hesitating a little bit. Dark hitting the wall. Avon with a solid lead. Nothing's decided yet. But if you could put yourself in a spot with a 0.3 lead, you would. Well, that's what Avon's done in this round. And Rossi getting closer with more speed. But this could be the ending for Rossi and Dark here. Out of the champion match, Rossi committing with a lot of speed though. Avon had to drift, and we are not done yet. As Rossi takes that one away and clings on to a small piece of hope. 2 round wins needed to beat Avon still, but it is possible. Oh, Rossi clipping the inside of the dirt. 1500ths lost in the start. This is why Trackmania is so ruthless as a game. Nothing gets handed to you for free. One little mistake like that, or tiny blunders throughout the track, 1500s there, 500s there, 1000s there, it starts to add up. And just out of the first 30 seconds of driving, you can see Evon has built up almost half a second against his opponents by just avoiding those tiny errors. And this is going to be very tough now for the others to catch up. Dark is the closest competitor, but he is still far. Evon slides out. Unbelievable. It's not over yet. Who's going to get this point then? Will it be Dark or Rossi? Evon losing the grip on the ice line. Dark crashing out. And we will have two finalists as Rossi's going to easily cruise through here to take another point. Double finalist, Dark on 0, but he's also shown very promising signs here. Just a lot of mistakes as well. I think that's what it comes down to. Who makes the least mistakes this time? Evon has made another mistake in a very important round. And now he just has to hope that Dark is there to save him. Dark needs to beat Rossi here for Evon to have another chance. And right now, he is doing that favor for Evon, who DNF'd. He accepts his fate. Lies outside his hands right now. Rossi 1100s away from closing out the match and taking the second winning spot in this match. Better speed out of the ice slide for Dark. But the gap has shrunk. The last slide decides it. Dark with more speed. Does he have the commitment for the turns he has to release? And Rossi might be able to snipe this on the finish rate. Last part, and he gets it by 400ths of a second to take 3 round wins in a row and well-deservedly move into winner's bracket with Soldier. That is clutch. That is as close as it gets. Rossi winning 3 rounds back-to-back. Up against the wall, he secures the spot. Looks like Skondir and McQuattro have won in the other winner's bracket, so they will be facing Soldier and Rossi later on. Let's take a look at Group 3 here, between Hedra, Snow, Mika, and Soppy. Hedra already winning. Hedra's already won. Soppy and Mika both finalists, and Soppy is on the finish rate right now. And is closing out the match as we enter the server. So him and Hedra will win here. And looks like Enner and Wolsal has won in the 4th... Wait, no! Wait, Caster is completely wrong. That is not over yet. It's Snow and Mika who were finalists. This match continues. Debated. This one is anything but done. Hold on. Snow and Mika are finalists. Soppy has 1 point. And it looked like he did a really good time. 106.3, so... I mean, at this point, we could have a triple finalist situation. All it takes is that Soppy wins another run here. Good speed out of the drift. Up into first here. Fighting with Snow now. Made a mistake last round. It was Mika who was the closest. Mika through the ice slide. Is he going to get the exit speed to challenge Soppy? He is 0.3 behind. Has Soppy come alive here just in the nick of time in the match? Mika crashes out. Snow crashes out. And, I mean, get ready for this one. It's triple finalist. Whoever wins takes it. You cannot play more rounds on the track than this. This is Trackmania's form of Armageddon. It will be decided right here, right now. Soppy's gotten 2 rounds back-to-back. Both Mika and Snow were finalists before and have failed to close out their attempts thus far. Soppy with the best start here, but losing a little bit of speed before the dirt. The other still within range. Drop onto the platform now. Snow going for a wide setup onto the grass. Gaining a lot of speed over Mika, but not any time gain over Soppy, who is holding on to that first place. Amazing speed out of the drift, though, to put him equal. But he crashes out. He's out of it. It will not be Snow here. Most likely Soppy in first, but he too clips the wall just barely, and Mika has made a breakaway here as the other two players are collapsing behind him. Mika just needs to land the final straight to the finish. With the left rights, almost goes into the wall, but is able to secure it here and take the last winning spot out of the match just in the nick of time. Close rounds in match 2 here. Very exciting. I love this track. It's one of the best ones this season. Let's see how that shakes up the matches for part 3. So we have the winners bracket. To the very left, that's Skandir, McQuattro, Soldier, and Rossi. These are the players that have won their first 2 matches. They are 2-0. Tween, Link, Evan, and Dark have won 1 match and lost 1. Hedra, Mika, Enner, and Vosal have won 1 and lost 1. And Soppy, Snow, Darkwix, and Dofalt have lost their first 2 matches. If you're confused at all about how this format works, let me quickly pull it up for you here.
For the second,
if you take a look at this asset, this is where we are. So there are 4 matches. The top one 2-0, gold and silver 1-1, and bronze 0-2, right? After this, the players will now play in the up and down format. So if you win your match, you move up a step. If you are in gold and you win, you go to champion. If you are in silver and win, you go to gold. If you are in champion and you win, you just stay in champion. If you lose your match, you drop down a step. So if you lose in champion, you go to gold. If you lose in gold, you go to silver. Does that make sense? Just follow the arrows. I know it's a lot, but just look at the arrows. Look at one arrow and see where it leads. That's all you need to understand. At the end of match 3 down there, if you win your match, you get medals. So if you are in champion 3 at the very bottom left and you win, you get a very valuable champion medal. If you lose your match, you get a gold. If you're in gold and you win, you get gold. If you lose, you get silver. And so on. What do these medals mean, Mr. Caster? I don't understand. Well, let me show you. Here. Hi, by the way. I hope you enjoyed that match. This is the overall standing so far in the Challenger Division. You can see Soldier, who's leading the league right now, has 13 wins and 2 losses. But importantly, he has 2 champion medals and 1 gold. Wosal has 2 champion medals and 1 silver. And what's important is that it works in like the Olympic Games format. So 2 gold medals are worth more than 5 silver. 1 champion medal is worth more than 2 golds. So you have to try to get these champion medals if you want to advance. And look at this. Soldier and Wosal, they've been doing great so far in the season. They are our 2 current leaders. The top 4 get a chance to qualify to Trackmania Grand League. That's what we're playing for. But enough talking. I think the next servers are ready. Let's get in to the winners bracket to take a look at Skandir, McQuattro, and Avon, and who was the 4th player? Sorry, not Avon. Rossi, McQuattro, Soldier, and Skandir. That is our winner bracket. As we go on to Tiny Gap. Now, let me show you a run through of this track, because we saw some interesting stuff here last week when it was first played. Some new strategies coming out from the players. Wait, no, this is the preview. Hang on. Wrong one. This one is what we want to take a look at. This asset. We're on board here with Mime. And it starts out with a jump up to the platform. In this turn right here, you can do a trick called the no slide. We'll see if anyone goes for it. Then you just want to dive down low through this quarter pipe early turns here on both the dirt turns. You want to go very early to the right. Carry enough speed for this 180 turn around the sign. Then the drop down onto the donuts. Carry speed. Go for an early inside drift so that you can carry speed onto the ice part. Here you have a big quarter pipe jump to the left. Gotta aim this one as low as you can to get across to the other side. Early neo slide up the hill. Carry the speed down the hill. And the track ends. It's called Tiny Jump. It ends with a jump into a very precise landing area. The speed you want to look at here is around 216 speed as you jump, so that you can land in this ramp. That is the main obstacle on the track, and that's what the players will have to do every single round here in order to win, and we are going live. So I'm already very curious if anyone is gonna pick up this trick in the start. Grenadi's trick from last week, the no slide. Oh, looks like no one is using it here. It might just be a wheel special. Grenadi is one of the players that drive on a steering wheel. Everyone in this field uses either keyboard or controller, which is the main device people go for. But on a steering wheel, you can be a bit more precise, and you can do things like that no slide. But into this first round, it is the two Belgian players, Solja and Skandir, that have gotten off to the best starts. Both players making it across the quarter pipe. And reducing airtime now before the water landing. Solja bouncing out there. Not hitting the ideal line. Skandir with a 0.3 lead before the big jump. Now remember, 216 speed here. Miquatro getting 220, having to release to stick the landing. Him and Skandir make it through, but it is Skandir that takes the first round. The first point of the champion match. It's very hard to aim across such a big distance to slow down enough, because you're going in with like 300 something speed. And in order to hit the jump, you have to get down to 216. The best strategy, the fastest strategy, is to release before the jump, so that you can jump at full speed. That carries the most speed. In the landing itself, Miquatro faceplant out of the round. But that also gives you the least amount of control to adapt. So it's a mind game. Do you release mid-air, lose a bit of time, but secure the landing? Or do you go for the fastest, riskiest strategy, which is just to release beforehand, go by feel, and go all in? And this time we see Solja not missing the water jump, going out left. And now into the drift. The two Belgians side by side. Skandir almost missing the approach. 226. He's going to go way too fast. Solja with a great opportunity to win this one. And he will seize it. Another round done. This one going to Solja. Great starts by both of them. A bit shaky though for Miquatro and Rossi. We saw Rossi in that previous match take a little while to truly come alive, and it looks like that story is the same for now. So he's made a couple mistakes here in the first couple of rounds, and that allows the other players to build up a small lead. Miquatro across as low as you can go. Playing a game of limbo there on the quarter pipe jump. But the Belgians are chasing him down here. They're getting closer. But he still has a small lead to work with the jump. Look at the speed. 207 for Skandir. This could be rough. Does he make it? Not quite. And that is Miquatro's round win. 106.18, also a great time to win the round with. Want to tell you right now, the world record is a 105.36 by Wosal. And looking at the leaderboards, the player in this match with the fastest personal best is Rossi, 105.77. That is 0.4 of a second behind the world record. But a lot of it is in the trick in the start that no players are using here. And also in the ending. That last jump, how much you risk it. And so obviously strategies you use in time attack where you're just chasing one good run. And a match where you're trying to drive every round consistently fast. They are going to differ a little bit. Rossi, does he make it? Oh, barely. Couple of pixels, but him and Skondir will both make the same mistake going out of the quarter pipe. McQuattro and Soldier now to fight for it, and they both have a point. So we could have a finalist here if either of them lands the jump. Soldier going for the speed a little bit low here, I think. He might barely miss the jump, and it is once again McQuattro, consistent as ever on that final hurdle, will take his second point and reach finalist. Soldier only getting 214 there. Will it be McQuattro's day today? He is among the top 4 players in the league. But if he gets a second champion medal here, that could be huge for the overall standings. And a win here would put him on a great path toward that. We're still only on map 3 out of 5 maps to be played, so it's quite a ways to go, but if you lose here, it's going to be a more difficult path across. So they all make it. McQuattro setting up now, still in the battle for winning here in finalists, but so are all the other drivers. Skondir sliding out on the sausage block, netting McQuattro the lead. Rossi jumping very close on the inside. It's still McQuattro with a chance here. 218 on the speedometer. Will that be a good landing? Will he be able to snipe the others? Yes, he will take it. And it is McQuattro being the first of 2 winners out of this match, staying in champion division. And that was really a win just secured by being so consistent on that identity. The other players have all crashed her, I think at least once, but he landed it every single round. And when the other players crashed, he could easily pick up those round wins. So now only one more winning spot left to fight for. And as of right now, it is only Rossi who hasn't gotten a point yet. But he's in last place into this round. Skondir jumping out. Soldier will have a lot more speed through the water part. Does he manage it in the uphill though without crashing? Yes, he will. Big advantage to Soldier before the jump. Is the speed gonna be there? Skondir 213 might not make it across. Soldier having to release a lot though. And it will actually be Rossi from last to first in the last jump to take his first point and put everybody on an equal scoreline. What a match this is shaping up to be now. We're guaranteed to have a finalist after this round. Only question is who it will be. Rossi is the player with the fastest personal best out of these 3. And it looks like he's taken those 3 couple of first rounds to get all the crashes out of his system. And now really coming alive again in the match. But the others are driving fast here. Soldier dipping under 32 seconds on that checkpoint. That's a good benchmark to reach. Beautiful jumps by the Belgians. Up in first and second, but we know Rossi has a very strong ending here. Show that last round. Is he within reach to win here though? 0.2 the gap. Onto the last jump, into the tiny gap. Rossi 215. This could be very close on the speed on the landing, but he secures it again, Rossi. Leaving the others in the dust, and that's a second point back to back. Rossi, the first finalist Even though he started with 0 after McQuattro closed it out. Does he get the hat trick here? The 3 rounds back to back. This is a rough start to the race, as he's already fallen behind 0.2. Wide setup here. Does he make it across? Oh, this is going to be a good trajectory for Rossi here. Had so much space available after that turnaround on the sign that he could use. Oh my god, that is incredible that he somehow avoided the crash. Now has to compose and stabilize before the jump. Quick to react and to stay alive in the race. He's not out of it. Skandir has the lead, but we know Rossi has a chance in the last jump, but not when he hits the wall. Soldier behind as well. Skandir, this is all in his hands. 227. Needs to release appropriately, and he gets it. So Skandir, actually a great play there. Realizes he's far ahead, chooses to get way more speed than he needs, and then adapts mid-air. Whereas if he released too much before the jump, he could never recoup that speed and would certainly jump too short. So a good adjustment there. It's not something he would do if it was a close race, but something he does here to make sure he gets the finalist badge and has a chance now to challenge Rossi for going into champion match number 3. Number 4, sorry. Rossi with a mistake in the start here. He's 0.8 behind. And with Skandir being finalist, he has to hope here that Soldier denies him. But that also means we would go into a triple finalist situation for the second time today. Is Soldier going to be able to snipe this one away? Needs a good uphill and he slides out. And this is water wheels. It's no grip whatsoever. Skandir, is he going to go for the overspeed strategy? Realizes he has the gap. That's 220. It's more than enough. And he releases appropriately. Dodges the walls, and Skandir will take it here to join McQuattro in winner's bracket. GG. That's a intense match. Gotta catch our breath here, chat, before the next one. I hope you're enjoying this. We are currently watching Trackmania Grand League Challengers. These are the top 17 to top 32 players in the world. We're gonna watch the top 16 later tonight. Every Sunday there's Trackmania Grand League, which is, you know, the Trackmania Esports League, and we get to cast it. So I hope you're enjoying this for a change of pace. Looking at the matches, there is still one ongoing. We're gonna hop in there. It is the gold match between Tween and Enner, amongst others. Let's see if we can get ourselves in. And we'll see how this one is shaping up. Currently, Link has won it. Tween and Avon are both finalists. And it looks like after a couple mistakes here, Tween has a clear gap down to the others. So it all comes down to the jump for Tween here. If Tween wins, he goes into champion division in the next match. Releases a lot. Is going to be enough. Oh no, disaster! As Dark with a perfect jump will snipe it away. And we get to witness here triple finalist in gold match. So look at this. Whoever wins this one advances from gold into challenger for match 4. Dark, Tween, and Avalon all finalists. And if you lose here, that's gonna hurt, because that means you no longer have a chance of securing a champion medal on the day. The best you can do is gold. So this is the final opportunity, especially for Tween, who looks like has practiced a lot coming into today's matches. Trying to advance from last place in the league. He needs a win here to do that. But he's being chased right now by both Avon and Dark in this very final round. On to the last jump here. Important to nail the speed now. 216, 215 is what you're aiming for. Avon with a 217, but he's jumping towards the signs. Has to release. He hits the top. Who's gonna win it? They're so close on the finish rate by 7 thousandths of a second. Avon takes it away, and it is heartbreak for Tween, who worked so hard for it, but now has to settle for at best a goal today. Link and Avon advance to challenger to the champion matches. It is heartbreak, but it is also well fought by Avon to stay alive and prove himself. He drove the fastest run this round, and deservedly he advances. That's how close it is in Trackmania. It's literally less than 100th of a second. It's like in the old game we only had 100th of a second. And then players complained like, damn, this is not good enough. We need thousandths because there were too many ties when it came down to just 100th. That's how it works. So now we're going on to the two new maps. Bowl and Knife Edge. And we're going to take a look at the winner's bracket match, which is then Miquatro, Skondir, Link, and Avon. That is the top 4 players at the moment. And then in gold, you have Rossi, Solja, Wosal, and Enner. Now, if we look at the implications of this on the current Liquipedia standings before today, for example, Link, right? Currently, no champion medals. Skondir as well, no champion medals. Great opportunity for them. Miquatro has a champion medal. If he gets another one today, with his 2 gold medals, that would be him up into 1st place in the league. Which would be very good for him. Enner is in gold. He has a champion already. And he could win in gold and go up to champion and then maybe challenge. So it's very close among the top players. Rossi also. I mean, no champion medals yet. He's in champion division right now with 2 matches to go. Great opportunity for him. So let's see. Let us see how this all unfolds on server 1 here on Knife Edge. So quick update about the leaderboards on this track. If you have not seen it, we can pull it up here. Link, Avon, Miquatro, and Skondir. So a lot of players do practice offline, but these are the current leaderboards. World record 104.30 by Bren. Best player out of these ones, Miquatro, with a 104.55. Rossi right behind him though. Avon in 12th with a 104.8. And Skondir 105.10 as his personal best. But I don't know if that's his actual personal best or if that is just an online time. Because some players drive offline to practice. And you can see a lot of these personal bests are like 3 hours ago. So I think they have stronger records that they have not shared. And whenever there's a... Oh, wait, that was Knife Edge. We're on Bowl. What am I talking about? I was showing you the wrong leaderboard. That's the last map coming up later. I was going to show you Bowl. Oopsies. On Bowl, it is Miquatro with the strongest public personal best. Rossi, a little bit behind. And then Avon and Skondir, I do not see on the leaderboards. Could be hidden lines. We're starting in 10 seconds. Let us see. World record 107.6 here. By Scrappy. We saw players have personal bests in the 107-108 range. This map starts out with a long ice slide here. Gotta carry the speed, straighten out the car, and then go on the outside of the dirt. The reason you drive so high on the bankings here is because on dirt, the more you steer, the more speed you lose. And if you just let the turn carry you on the outside, you accelerate more, you gain more speed. Huge downhill drift here, where you have to time the exit in between the sand patches. Do not want to touch that. Now a very soothing, smooth middle part, long drift to the right. This is a very technical map, and McQuattro, one of the best tech players in the game, is showing his excellence at this. Avon challenging though. The ending here, you have no brakes plus cruise control plus fragile. What that does to the car is it means you cannot control your speed, and you just have to go high on these wall rides to navigate it. McQuattro winning the first round. Okay, to explain this a little bit better. Cruise control locks your car speed when you drive over the block. If you drive over at the block at 250 speed, the car will be going at 250 speed tops. When you drive over the no brakes block, that means you can no longer slow down the car. And then you have fragile, which means if you crash, your car brakes. Basically what the players have to do is to slow down to an exact speed around 250 so that they can survive the turns and avoid crashing. If you commit there with too much speed, if you go with 270, you will not survive the ending. It is a game of limbo. How close to the limit do you want to go? The closer you go to the limit, around 250, 260 speed, the better. Avon jumping out here, Link in the lead, but now we need to take a look at the player's speedometer. Let's take a look at Skondir here, going over with 261. Has a bit more speed than Avon by the looks of it. Or actually, is it Avon with the speed advantage? Link still staying strong in first though, but is he too wide there with the speed? Yes, he is, and Avon, the Polish sniper, never fails to do what the Polish sniper does, taking the point there. Away in the ending. So Link there, he committed with too much speed across the blocks, and that's why in the last bowl he had big problems to survive. So that's like the numbers game. This is a lot about tactics. He had a lead, he committed with a bit too much speed, and he paid the price. But yeah, Avon, very infamous, or famous rather, for sniping away rounds in the end. There's a quote by a really good Trackmania player back in the days called Frostbuel, who said that you should always risk the end of a map because your opponents will. So if you're trying to save the end, you could just throw away points where your opponents are gonna go all in. Avon is one of those players that just goes all in every single round with no fear. And he often wins like that, just in the ending. Here, once again, let's take a look at the speed. Avon going in with around 268. That is a fast run. Will he be able to challenge McQuattro? Second bowl, you want to go high and then exit early. McQuattro with the best speed, taking first here, away from Avon. That is now McQuattro already finalist, Avon with a point of his own. But 108.1, really strong winning times here. 108.3 as well has been the pace. That is less than a second away from the world record, which is very optimized as it stands. And for the players that haven't gotten a point yet, like Skondir, like Link, it does put a lot of pressure on them. They know the pace they need to be driving at to get these points. But another thing entirely is doing it on command every round. Skondir too wide here. Losing a lot of time flying off. On board with Link now. Let's see how much he commits for across the blocks. 255. Will that be enough to challenge Avon here? Looks like the low speed could pay off in this turn, as he will not slide out as much, but he will. And Avon, once again on the inside line, takes it away. Link is not getting the hang of that last turn. It's the second time where he's had the lead going into that turn, but then sliding out on the exit. And it allows Avon to go into finalists now, together with McQuattro. And the pressure is on. Zero points for both him and Skondir. McQuattro and Avon both finalists, and McQuattro is in first place. Different lines on the dirt here. Link's line paying off big time though. Able to gain a few hundredths there. Actually, almost 0.2 of a second on the exit to the dirt. Equal to McQuattro up the hill. Need to avoid this jump here. Good management for Link. Another possible win here. McQuattro onto the effect blocks. 259 he commits for. But Link clips the edge up front. Will Skondir have a say here? Or will McQuattro be the first player to enter the winner's bracket? It looks like McQuattro is going all the way today with 4 straight wins. McQuattro goes to champion match 5 and has a chance to gain his second champion medal. One more possible win, or one more possible spot here. 2-5-4 to win. Skondir going off the edge of the ice, making it a 2-player race here. And this is an interesting battle between Link and Avon. Both players were in Trackmania Ground League in the same season, and they both got relegated after not their strongest performances. And now they're both in Challenger Division, both trying to get promoted, fighting for the very same spot here. Avon finalist in this match. Link with 0 points, but with great pace overall on the map. Let's see who wants it the most and who's able to get the best speed in the ending. How much will Link commit for? 259 he gets across the cruise control block. That is more than what Avon has. But will it be too much on the final bowl turn? Will Avon get any closer? No. This time Link fights back with a great winning time, 108.06. And he gets a point on the board. Needs 2 more in a row to go into the champion match. Avon missing the outslide here. That is not a good exit angle. Loses so much speed and it just bleeds time all the way until here. It's gonna cost him half a second. And if Link's driving 108.0 pace, that means that from here on out, Avon's gonna have to drive world record level to have a chance to win the race. Still remains 0.4 behind. It might just be Skondir, who is the only player that's able to deny this round. This does not look like his best map here. Up the grass hill, he's losing a bit of speed. 0.2 of a second is the difference. Skondir committing for 256 here. Low line through the turn, that's going to be too low. Has to go very wide to adapt, but still Link in first, and he has a good trajectory. Link will join Avon as finalists here to fight for the second winning spot. Very interesting. The 2 former Trackmania Grand League players, now both finalists here in Challenger. Skondir at 0 points, who is an upcomer in the league, joined from the Open Grand League last season. So it might be between the 2 finalists right now, at least in this very first round. Link with an advantage before the downhill drift. And we know he has a good approach to the dirt turn. Starts wide. Avon's gonna mimic it, basically on top of his skid marks. And they go equal out of the turn. No difference whatsoever. Avon with less speed though. Across the grass. Link extending a little bit before the end, and this could be huge for Link. Before the effect blocks now, Avon going in with 258. That is very high speed. On to the first bowl. He has great speed. He's catching up to Link. Will he snipe it away here in the final round? He's getting closer, but Link holds on by a 10th of a second and takes the spot in the champion match together with McQuattro. Sends Evan down into the gold match. Despite Evan being finalist, Link gets 3 round wins in a row there. Very impressive. Now to see the other matches, if they are still ongoing. They are not. Only the bronze match. Let's take a look. But Solja and Enner have won in gold. So they will be facing off against McQuattro and Link in the champion match right after this. Oh, and we see Dofalt here in this round clipping. Mika in the lead after the ice part. Who would have guessed? Everyone, because it's Mika. He's now in a finalist battle versus the Darkwicks. But now we're not really on Mika's turf. This is where Darkwicks could be able to gain some of the time back. 4/10 of a second is a lot though. Needs to hope that Mika doesn't get good speed over the effect blocks to have a chance at winning this. Darkwicks is gonna go for 266. This is insane. The highest we've seen all day. Goes high on the first one. Goes high on the second one, and Mika flies off. The Darkwicks will actually take it. Fortunate for him that Mika stumbles, but also very unlucky for Mika to falter right there. That is the results of round 4. So now we are on round 5. This is the most important round. Here you are in group. If you're in group 1, you can win a champion medal. If you're in group 2, you can win gold. If you're in group 3, you can win silver. And in group 4, you can win bronze. These are medals. And in order to do well in this format, you need champion medals. That's where we're going to take a look at the champion match between McQuattro, Link, Solja, and Enner. We take a look at the overall standings. One more time. We can see that currently, after the first 3 matches are played, Solja has gotten 2 champion medals and 1 gold. He is leading the league. McQuattro's gotten 1 champion medal. Enner has gotten 1 champion medal. Link has gotten none. These players are going to fight for 2 champion medals. The top 2 players win a champion medal. So if Solja wins a 3rd medal here, he could very well be the winner of the league. If McQuattro wins the champion medal, he would be tying Solja for 1st. If Enner wins, he would also jump up on the scoreboard into top 3. Or actually top 2, I think. So it's very important. If you get to champion division and you win, huge for your overall standings. So all you need to know, very important match coming up on Knife Edge. And the top 4 players overall after the season is done, they do have a chance to qualify for Trackmania Grand League, the highest division there is in Trackmania esports. This is a difficult map. This is the newest map of the week. Let's see how McQuattro does it here in the warm-up. Starts out with a couple of drifts onto the water. You have to jump up to the dirt here. And that's a difficult jump because the car has water physics mid-air before you land. Looks like everybody's crashing out here. It's really one of the more difficult maps to survive, this one. Has so many obstacles. This jump here, you have water physics, you land, the tires dry off, and you're good. Now you go from plastic onto this quarter pipe, jump down on the grass. And then you have one of the main obstacle parts here, where you first jump into the bobsleigh on the left side, weave back into the turn, carry the speed, and now you have to jump very low across here to the quarter pipe. The lower you go, the better. The more speed you carry, you can gain a second there easily by jumping low enough. Land in the water here, smooth steer. And the main obstacle, the identity of the track, is this right here. Platform transitions onto the other side, jump, go low, and then transition back here across into the finish. It's an intense track. It's very intense. You are all over the place, just hoping you survive. Monka steer is a good way to explain it. Just really praying that you get through without any mistakes. But if you can do it consistently, that's a good winning strategy. We're starting in 10 seconds here with the final of Trackmania Grand League Challengers today. We have Trackmania Grand League coming up later tonight as well at 8, but let's first receive our top 4. McQuattro, Soulja, Link, and Enner. After this little 7-second warm-up. And now we are live. So let's follow along. Very technical here on the start. Expect to see players like McQuattro excel here in the drifting areas of the track. He's one of the best tech players in the game. As we go into the more multi-style surfaces, it should be very equal between all of them. Link also really good on technical tracks here. But it is McQuattro with an early lead. Before the bobsleigh jump here, needs to land far on the left. Carry that speed into the turn. Enner going too high. And now the jump across. Looks like they all make it. Enner with a bump though. That's going to cost him a lot. A sharp right slide before the downhill. It's Link in the lead by 0.3 of a second. But really, they're all in the contention to win here. It depends on the platform transitions. Link jumps too far. Soulja carrying the most amount of speed, and he will hold on to that. Going into the finish with a win. 104.93. Now, I mentioned the personal best here. On this track, they are very close together. A lot of the players have personal bests of 104.5 listed publicly. And I think McQuattro with the fastest personal best, 104.55 the time. But crazy here, Soulja could win his 3rd champion medal after 4 steps. That is an incredible performance if he manages to do it. It's up against very formidable opponents here. Link with the lead before the bobsleigh. Shaky on the exit. Does he get the jump? Jumps pretty high up there, and you can see the others coming back into frame with more speed. This time it's Soulja in last, actually. Good opportunity for the others then. Here we saw Link jump too high last time. This time, Enner perfectly reduces air time. Does he get the second one? Oh, he clipped. Will they overtake? Ooh. Very close, but no, they will not. Enner clipped the wheel on the final platform transition, and it just had less speed. Crawling into the finish line. 400s ahead. But a point for him, and Enner was the player who won the seeding going into the season. It's the highest rated player then, and also got a champion medal in step 1. But has yet to repeat that in week 2 and 3. But now he might be on for it again. He is only 2 round wins away. McQuattro, who we said the tech part might be his strongest here, falling behind everyone else. As we see Link once again building up a lead His pace looks strong, but he has missed the platform transition right here. 2 rounds in a row, going a bit too high. This time, Soldier coming in with way more speed on the second transition. He is rock solid, and he takes the round win. Soldier, the first to reach finalist. One more round win needed for his 3rd champion medal. Looking like one of the favorites to finally qualify up into Trackmania Grand League. If he can win here today. He looked so good in World Cup last year. Looked good in the Challenger Division last season as well. But that time he had some problems in closing out rounds. And we see here an early mistake, hitting the wall. Ender jumping way too low. That's going to be a face plant. That can be heard around the world. And look at this. Everyone has crashed. McQuattro, 2 seconds ahead. Just needs to nail these jumps now. Could even respawn and still win. But he will not need to. That's a clean end. McQuattro taking a point of his own. So it is shaping up to be pretty close now. If Soldier doesn't win here, we could very quickly have 2 finalists, maybe even 3. He had a big lead, Soldier, but it could slip away if he does not close out the match. Here, 0.2 behind the others, but great speed slide across the plastic into the bobsleigh. He is the fastest player out of all of them. Overtakes 1 on the jump, a bit higher, but still within reach here. It is Link for the 4th time now in first at this part of the track. Before the ending, which has been his downfall. These transitions right here, he needs to clutch it out now. Gets the first jump, the second one, there's an engine approaching, but he will remain ahead by 200ths. And very importantly, finally get on the board. Just 200ths of a second. Link has been so good in the early parts of each race here. But struggling with that ending. It is difficult, but at least he knows what he needs to do to win. He needs to build up that advantage so that he has some space to work with before the jumps. Oh, this is very wide. Lower gear as well. This is not going to be a lot of speed for Link here. And he has a very tough task ahead of him. Soldier, though, the finalist, as Ender again jumps too low, as McQuattro jumps too far, is going to move up into first place on the victory road now with a chance to get his 3rd champion medal. Only the identity remains, but there's a Finnish player fighting tooth and nail here for this final round. Will Soldier hold on? Last jump, and he gets it. Soldier is looking like a Trackmania Grand League player at the moment. Playing at a caliber that others are struggling to match week after week. Time after time. And that is now 3 wins out of 4 possible. Amazing stuff from Soldier. Let's see who gets the 2nd medal here in the champion match. Quattro remains in the upper gear, important. Now we get to Ender's main obstacle, it seems. This jump right here is where he struggled a lot. Always going too low here. Make sure that he gets across, but you can see that calibration puts him way too wide. Link with another opportunity at the end. He's gotten a lot of these, and they've all but one fallen apart right here. Now he secures it. Link looks like he's found his rhythm. Second win, finalist for him, and a shot at his very first champion medal. Everyone else in this field has one. Link wants to show that he's up there to compete with the big boys. This is the time to truly prove it and get a result for all of his effort. He needs to hit this slide. Goes wide for the setup. Could be good for the plastic though. Might come back with a lot more speed, and I think that was the plan all along. Link approaching here, but not closing the gap fully. On the quarter pipe jump, he lands perfectly. Butter smooth, and that is going to be him up into first once again. Maneuvering past the two others. McQuattro right on his heels. Trying to deny the win here. The end of the match. Link on the identity. Can he get it? McQuattro jumps out of the track. Enter has clipped and lost speed. And it will be Link to take his first champion medal and to join the Champions Club. GG's. A medal that did not come easy. You had to work for that one. Week after week. But now it trickles in. You are right, chat. Trickles in, and it's on the scoreboard for the season. Well played. Alright. That was challengers. Wait, there might be more matches going on. Hang on. We might have gold and silver matches and stuff still ongoing. No, they're all done. Wow. They are all finished. Let me show you. So, we have Soldier and Link winning a champion medal. McQuattro and Enter lost. They got gold. Tween and Evelyn got a gold medal. Good gold medal for Tween, who was last place in the league. Will not be that anymore with the gold, I think. Silver, gold for Evan as well. Silver for Scunner and Snow. Rossi and Darkwix get silver. Wosal Hedro get bronze. Dark and Mika get bronze. And Dofal and Soppy get bronze. But we saw how close Soppy, for example, was to getting up to the gold match. So it's very close. There are massive variants here at play. But we'll see if we can get an updated scoreboard pretty soon and have a look at that before we close it out.